Well, I have to record this from Dan Watts today because this is about Mike Graham. Oh, God love the guy. God bless the guy. Do you know what? Thank you. I've been waiting for him to be able to come onto Dan's show, Mike, and speak properly. I have been waiting. Thank you very much for this. And do you know what? I'm not Watch Talk now. I need to unsubscribe to them. That's what I need to do because I can show you now, it will come on my YouTube until I unsubscribe. Now, I think there is one or two people that I still quite like on the talk. But now, Jeremy Kyle and most of them, the other one, that Alex K, whatever her name is, and that Jew Slater and all that, I don't want to see them ever again on your show, Dan, because I tell you what, they're not worthy of coming on Dan's show to do that. To Ben Labib, now they're doing it to this man. Fucking bullying bastards. That's what I'm going to say from Caroline Poynton in Manchester Bury. If they don't like it, like my friend said, don't put my name in there. Well, I do put my name there. It's because I'm not fucking lying. And YouTube can tell me I'm copywriting. I'm not copywriting. They can go fuck off because I'm paying attention. YouTube and Google need to pay attention with AI because they can't even spell my name right. They can't spell Bury, Manchester, Bury, not Barry. And my name, Poynton, is Poynton. Because it's spelled Boynton, Poon. Didn't even spell it. That's AI and Google. When it comes to write my story up, you can't spell my name correctly. Watch.
Is it possible that you had a few drinks the night before and
sorry,
you just
let's start again. Sorry. Yeah, let me start again. Rewind it just from there. Thank you for this.
That you had a few drinks the night before and you just forgot that you made that.
And Mike Graham didn't say that because what you've just shown me, I didn't know what was said. Now, what you've just shown me.
Why don't you just admit it? Why don't you just embrace it? Well,
I can't see you saying that. I just cannot see Mike Graham saying that.
So look at how they've described talk there.
Even I wouldn't say that, Mike Graham.
White supremacist organisation. I don't feel
and I'm not.
about handing my
I'm not
to you.
I'm not a presenter, mate. I've never been a journalist or anything in my life.
I'm just 29 days.
Do you know, I didn't know it was 29
Maybe
days.
trying to learn.
Has it been the longest 29 days of your life?
It has. Oh. It really has.
Hard?
Very hard.
I'm not copywriting and recording this because I like Mike Graham.
In week 4 of the sort of torture that they were
I subscribed to Mike Graham.
You know, because
I didn't subscribe to Talk, actually. I subscribed to Mike Graham, actually. I subscribed to you, mate.
You know, you kind of wake up with this knot in the pit of your stomach.
And now you've gone off Talk.
You know, I couldn't really
Talk's not the same without Mike. No, they did that show the other day. And I turned over Mike. Plank of the week, that's it. Plank of the week. And the 6 o'clock morning show's not the same without Mike. Going 5, 4, 3. With the bloody Christmas tree.
So listen, it's been
Starburst
incredible.
Christmas tree.
I'm going to tell you the story over the next hour and a half or so. Parts of which have not yet been revealed. Because,
and he's lost a lot of weight. Oh, God bless you. Don't lose any more weight, Mike Graham, please.
You know, I did the decent thing.
Bullying
I put out a
bastards.
statement saying, you know, I've had a great time.
The fucking bullies, Mike.
And I certainly don't want to enter into some kind of bitter, ridiculous war with them. But there are a couple of things that I need to straighten out.
But they're just bullies, mate.
What's really important,
and there's a lot of people on your side. I'm on his side because he didn't say this. They could go fuck off. He did not say what I'm saying. I'm telling him to go fuck off.
Your life would end up changing forever.
Sorry for swearing there.
4-decade-long mainstream media career would be brought to an end.
Sorry, I won't swear again, but they deserve that little one.
With Kevin O'Sullivan, who is your co-presenter of your independent
and off
podcast,
the people that watch my
colleague at Talk.
Sorry for swearing there, Mike. I don't like swearing, but that was just a little one.
After that,
right, that's it.
You had posted something to your Facebook page, but can you just explain
just
to me?
Because of what they're saying.
Because you know a lot of people, Mike, have been saying, "Oh, come on, Mike, you just got hammered."
No, it's because of what they've said that Mike said.
You were on the white, like what?
And he's never said that because I can't see Mike saying that. I'm sorry.
We went for
I can sit here and say this from here and you're on the TV. I don't know you from Adam in real life. I only know you off Talk and the
I
plan
didn't
of the
post
week
it.
and
I've already
things.
made that statement when I
But
was asked to make
as a
it actually
person,
by news,
sitting here in my
on the
living
following
room,
day.
watching
and I didn't
this,
see the post at all because I don't
I
generally
can
use
sit
Facebook
here,
an awful lot.
touch
this
wood,
is the
and I
point.
can
This is
sit
the
here, mate,
point
and
in
say you
case
never
people
said that.
didn't see it.
Okay.
Compare and contrast. Tell me
Of
we're
what they
not
say in a
fucked
minute,
by
it's just-
multicultural bollocks.
We're not fucked.
Why are we surrounded by non-white
He didn't
people?
say that.
Just fuck off. So
He
you
never
had
said that.
no idea.
Because I
that
just
that
said
post
that.
would
He
be
never
made.
said
No, on
that.
your Facebook.
Thank
I had
you.
no idea.
Until
Well, I've
until
just
the
said
next
the
morning.
same what they're
When I
trying
was
to say
live
about
on
you,
the
Michael.
show,
I know you never
and
said
I
that because
started getting a
I've
couple
just
of
said
messages
that.
from
Now they
people
get all
saying, "Have you seen this?"
pissed off.
And I had a quick
Sorry.
read, and you know what it's like when
But
you're
yeah.
somebody saying to you, while
That's
you're
how
on the
it
show,
made me feel. Very
"Can
angry.
you just check this out?"
To make
so,
me want
you
to
know, went to
swear.
an advert break, had a look, went cracky, I don't know what that is, and just deleted it immediately. And really didn't think any more of it because it was the middle of it, about 7 o'clock in the morning or something like that. And finished the show and went home, basically, thinking that would be the end of it because I thought, I didn't even really look at when it was posted, I didn't really understand why it was there.
Just because it was
I
like
certainly didn't
before, that's
recognise
why.
the picture. There are 2 pictures, didn't recognise the train picture.
Oh.
And I just thought something
Bullies.
very weird has gone on.
The
And I
bullies,
knew that in the
mate.
past people had said to me that they've had
The
their
bullying,
Facebook
yeah,
accounts
because they
accessed.
don't like what you're
and
saying
so,
about
you know,
Keir
And
Starmer
Russell
and the Christmas tree and
a
things.
week before this post,
That's
your phone had
disgusting.
been stolen. Is that true?
No, that's not true. Not my phone. My phone was stolen the previous year in September of 2024.
And my phones have been stolen as well, and I've had been hacked as well. I've been hacked a few times. They hacked my YouTube, told me I was copywriting, got rid of my videos,
which I thought was
or tried to get rid of me. They've got my little girl, mate.
They
These
didn't
bastards.
take anything. They took an old
Yeah,
jacket,
they took my little
which was
girl
in the back
for
of the
false
car.
wrongly
It was a case of
adopted her.
wine. And I realise that not everybody's a connoisseur of
No.
these things, you know, so maybe they didn't want the wine. Or you'd think they would have taken like 1 bottle of it.
You think they'd have
but
took
just
fucking
smashed
what?
the back window and took this
You're
old
going to
jacket,
steal
which
something,
I've
steal the
literally
fucking
had
what?
since about the 1980s, which I used to keep there because I would put it on if it was really cold at the beach.
Would you steal a jacket, would you?
And I thought that was curious.
Why would you
And I
do that?
mentioned it
Steal
to
a
couple of
jacket?
people at News, and
No,
they
you
didn't
ain't
seem
an
to
old
be
tatty
that
jacket,
bothered,
mate.
you know?
You know, like, you're not even going, why are you going to do a no tatty
Is
jacket?
it possible that this was part of a campaign against you? I mean, if you look at this post
Yeah.
from Charlotte Gill, you know, the brilliant
This was to bully mate.
right-wing commentator on
But I'm
she
glad
said,
he's come on
"My
Dan's
brain
show.
does not speak like
And
this."
thank you for that.
Also,
You
there's
can
a
help,
couple
you
of
can help
using
this
the
man. He
article as
can
some
do
sort
his
of
own
proof
show.
Mike did it.
He can do his own show. I'll be watching Mike again on
and
this
the
night.
hacker absolutely
I'll miss
could
Mike in the
use
morning.
picture. Mike just
I
posted
do.
on
I
Twitter
go from
moments
work
beforehand.
at
People
7 o'clock
do
or something,
get
and
hacked.
the first thing I watch is
she
Mike.
seems to be suggesting, Mike, Charlotte Gill,
And I miss him
that
on the
this
Friday
could
night
have
plank
been
of the week
a
as
public
well.
campaign to get you cancelled. Do you think
I
there's
like
any...
that
I
show.
think there are plenty of people out there who really don't like what I
No,
do.
but I mean,
I was
it's-
one of the only people who's
I was going to
consistently,
say, I mean,
every
to me,
single
that's
day,
like taking the BBC
sticking
and the
it to Keir
ITV
Starmer
thing
and this
away.
useless late
Because I don't watch
as they
ITV,
are
I don't watch
proved to be with
BBC ever
every
again.
day that gets closer
PA
to
services,
Christmas. You
go
know, I was the
fuck
first person
off.
to say back in
I don't
summer
ever
of
watch
last year,
Coronation
it won't
Street.
last
I've
the
never
pace. You
watched
won't go
Coronation Street for
all
3
the
years.
way to 2027.
3, 4
or
years now I have
2029.
not watched Coronation Street in Emmerdale for.
And it looks that that's going to turn out
I
to
used to
true
be in
because it
Emmerdale,
looks like
Coronation
Richard Reeves
Street,
is gonna
fan.
fall,
I used to
he's
watch it
gonna
every
fall.
bloody night.
So, you know,
With
I
ITV.
asked myself
Yeah.
if there's some
Yeah.
kind of
I used to watch
involvement
freaking...
politically. I mean, I just don't know. But I mean, certainly there
the
are
slot
plenty of
machine
left
thing.
wingers.
This is
who
how
absolutely
long
hate
ago
the
it is,
guts,
because I can't
you know,
remember
and
what
we'll
I
talk
used
more
to
about
watch.
them
Have you
later.
had any leads, like any idea of who might have wanted to do this to see you cancelled?
Oh yeah, you
Really,
read Ghislaine
because,
and all of that.
It could be, it's literally anybody. I mean, look at what's happened today,
Place
for
in the
example. There's been
Sun.
a massive sort of internet outage.
I like the
which
Place in the
took
Sun
half
and that
of the
actually. I do
internet
like
down.
them. The only
You know, there's
homely
another one just
shows.
a
I
few
used to
weeks
like
ago.
a lot of
I
them.
mean, clearly,
Me
you know, I've had a
DIY
lot of
shows.
people saying, oh, of course,
Not that I
you
did
weren't
really
hacked,
much
you know, you
DIY,
weren't able
but
to
yeah.
prove it. Oh, really? Well, you can't prove who hacked Jaguar Land Rover. You don't know who hacked anyone. I mean, they don't necessarily leave a footprint, these people, you know? So...
What about the people who say, Mike, okay, you forgot that you had posted that. Is it possible, and you know I have to ask the question,
Yeah.
is it possible
You've got to ask
that you
questions.
had a few drinks
gotta be.
the night before and you just forgot
No.
that you made
No,
that post?
I
Is there
don't
any
think so,
possibility
Dan.
No
of
chance.
that?
Dan,
Absolutely no
I
chance.
actually just
Because
don't think Mike
that
would
was
say
something
that at
I
all.
believe some of your colleagues
It's
wanted
something
you to
I
do.
would
So
say they can all
hold
go
your
fuck
hands
off,
up
like
and
I've just
say,
said before.
look,
Sorry for swearing again, but
you
I'm
know,
not swearing
this
at
was a
anybody. I'm
mistake,
just,
Yeah.
it's
and
just
I
in a
was drinking too
sentence
much,
because I
and
said it
you were
before.
very offended by that.
Absolutely.
So I'm just
because
saying
I've
what I
been,
said before.
in these kinds of situations
But
before.
I said
you
that
know,
because I'm a normal
there was a
person.
big
Mike,
to do with James O'Brien, who tried to sue.
Yes.
Yeah, I
once
don't like him. He
I
went
told
on
him
Raw.
that
He
Peter
went and took
apologised,
Mike's show
right,
over.
So you didn't realise it wasn't a
Yeah,
car
he was on that
between
show No,
two words.
Plank
So
of the
in
Week,
fact,
and he
you
can
know,
go,
there was no
do
postal
on
answer,
me.
but obviously, you know, it caused a bit of a furore.
No,
because
you
it
can
was
fuck
trending
off,
on,
mate.
you know,
And
Twitter
I'm telling
for
him
the
to go
entire
fuck
weekend,
off.
and millions and millions of people joined in.
He
And
could
of
go
course,
fucking
at that
do
point,
one.
you realise, you know, the people who like James O'Brien are going to pile in.
No,
And the
I
people
don't
who
like
me
James
are gonna
O'Brien. He
defend
can
me.
do one as
And
well.
there's been a couple of the earlier episodes as well with Liverpool Football Club, with Celtic.
They can,
you
no,
know.
Mike, they can all do one as far as I'm
I
concerned.
made a mistake.
I
Sorry.
want
if
Mike
you
Graham
posted
back.
this, you
I
knew
want
this is
our
gonna
Mike
be-
Graham
of
back.
course.
And you don't agree.
Mike
with these
Graham! Mike
I don't actually. I
Graham!
mean, a lot of people say, why don't you just, you know, it wasn't that bad anyway. Why don't you just admit it? Why don't you just embrace it? Well, I would if I had done it, but I can't.
Because, for example, Father Calvin Robinson came on this
Oh,
show
yeah.
I saw.
and said he didn't think there was anything wrong with the post. He didn't think that the post was abhorrent, and
Yeah.
he does believe that as a white English native, you do have a right to
To
discuss
say that,
why
yes.
you're a minority.
Like I'm
But,
saying
because-
it, they can all
Well,
go
to be
fuck
honest,
off
I mean,
and
to be
deported
honest,
to
I've
me,
said an
mood,
awful
it's a
lot
deep
of
cat.
things similar to
They're
that
going to be
on the
deported.
air, and nobody's ever objected to it.
And
you know,
King
I've talked
Charles,
about areas of London
deporting the
which
fucking
you don't
lot
see
of
any
them,
white
mate.
people in. You know, when
In
you
my
go to
book.
Hamlets, for example, we know about what happened in Birmingham with Aston Villa.
And Keir
and
Starmer.
Maccabi Tel Aviv fans who were told we can't guarantee your safety.
Well, if he's definitely English.
In a city like Birmingham, because
If
there's
he's-
so
if
many
his
Muslims in
DNA
there who don't like
is
Jews. You know, this has been an ongoing conversation.
Over 50%
that
English.
we've been
Yeah.
having.
So
Or
if
British.
you had posted it, you would have held
So
your
he's
hand
born
up,
on
hands
these
up and
fucking
said, yes,
islands.
this is
And he's
something I
from
believe.
these islands.
Bring it
Then,
on.
well,
Okay, so then that Monday morning,
for
you
treason.
still broadcast. So
I think
you
that
go
class
through
is the death
whole
penalty.
4 hours, and this is just what happened.
Well, I
on that
fucking
day.
go.
Okay, half of you watching this are not
Any of them that are
subscribed to
involved
Dan
are from
Wilson
Britain and
Outspoken,
England.
And the best way you can support what
That
we
are
do
British and
is by
English.
hitting that
Don't think
subscribe
they're
button.
getting
It
away
is
with it like
completely
either.
free,
Because it's
and
the death
turn on the
penalty for
notification
treason.
bell to be alerted to our new
And
episodes.
once we clear the jails out, there will be life. And we mean fucking life.
Morning Glory, it's going up to 3 minutes past 6. It is Monday morning, the 20th of
Oh,
October.
this is what I mean now. That's what I miss. Mike Graham, I don't care. I do not want to watch her ever again. She's a fucking man. She looked like a
And you
man
come
last time
off
she
there,
looked to me.
Mike,
She was
and
horrible. She's
post
horrible
on
now.
X.
I don't want
On
to watch her
Sunday
ever
night,
again,
my
Mike.
Facebook was accessed and a vile message was posted on my page without my knowledge. It contained words that I would never write and an opinion I
And they're
don't
meant to be
share.
Mike's friends. They're
As
meant
soon
to
as
have
I
known
found
you.
out,
I
immediately
don't know
deleted
this
the post
man.
and have
I
taken
don't-
steps to
I
ensure
don't
my
know you
cybersecurity
personally. I
is
don't know you to be able to
enhanced.
speak
Obviously,
to this
I am
man.
mortified that such a
But if
post
I
has
can
gone
fucking
out
see
in my
that,
name,
and I
and
don't,
am now
sorry, I
attempting
can't
to
see the
find out
words
how it
on there. I'm
happened. I'm
sorry.
equally
But
very sorry for the
you'll just have to
distress
listen to what
it
he's saying
has
because that was a
caused
bit
to
blurry.
everyone.
But if I can
did you
see
write
that,
down
Mike,
someone might
if I
make
can
you
sit
write
here and
that?
say that and I don't know you personally like
but
you
it
might
was an
know
agreed
Dan,
kind of, you know, tone,
I don't know
shall we
Dan
say.
personally
Some of
either.
the hostage video
And if I can
footage,
sit
we've
here
all
and
been there,
say
I've
from
been
a
there.
person that's
I
watched
mean,
you
I
on
was
your
asked to do it,
talking,
on the basis, and I posted
things
it
that
on
you would,
Facebook
I
as
don't
well.
think you would
I
say
was
that
asked to do it because
type
that
of
was
thing
still
like
at
that.
the time,
You might
would sort of
say
take the
something,
heat
but
out
I
of it,
don't
right?
think
Which
you
is
would
what
say
we
it the way
always
they're
say,
saying
right?
it somehow. Something,
Never happens.
It really didn't.
It makes
something's
it worse,
happened there.
actually. Because what
Maybe someone got his
you didn't
phone,
know
right?
at the time, although I'm interested to find out, there had been this campaign with Talk Sport. Now, a lot of people might think, I mean, you were a star of Talk Sport,
Yeah,
right?
very
And
much so.
Talk Sport used to be an anti-woke station,
Very
but in
much.
recent years, under the ownership of News UK, Talk Sport, and I remember, by the way, when I was at Talk in 2020,
Yeah.
you know, our two stations went completely the different opposite,
Right.
completely in the opposite directions over the whole Black Lives Matter
Yes,
thing.
very much.
We were speaking out against the
Yeah.
madness on Talk Radio at
Yes.
the time. On Talk Sport, they were going mad. And
Sorry, I was going to say that, and they were kind of, you know, we were saying how ridiculous it was to take the knee, and they were celebrating it.
they loved it.
Yeah.
They loved it. And there's a presenter there, black presenter, called Aid Aladipo. And he had been part of the Civil War, and for a long time, Talk Sport presenters and staff had been unhappy with your broadcasting on Talk. And so he used this as an opportunity and posted on X, just been sent that now deleted Instagram post from Mike Graham, because I think it did go up on Instagram as well.
Any
Yeah.
I
white
usually
football
hold my
player.
tongue with
Have you
most
noticed
of the
all the
racist
white football
nonsense
players
I
have
see
gone?
on social media, but this is beyond vile and unacceptable.
Every
and then
English
in
white
uppercase
football
from
player has
someone
gone.
in the same building as me, same floor.
Yeah,
He simply
yeah, we know.
has to be taken off the air immediately by Talk TV.
Black Lives Matter. How about my little
And of
girl's
course,
life matters?
They did exactly
Bastards,
what it was.
all of it.
I mean, you were immediately taken off air, and I believe it was this post on X.
Well, that
which
black
started
lady
the
on the
ball
other
rolling.
video
Is that
did
correct?
say.
That's absolutely right, yeah.
So who is this
And
guy?
Jeffrey's
I have no
and,
idea who he is. I've never met
Rich's
him. I've
video.
never seen him.
What I watched
And I
before
find it
their
quite
broadcast
upsetting,
before, because
actually,
I watch a
and,
lot of broadcasts on
quite
YouTube.
honestly, incredibly difficult to believe that there is this kind of
Because I want
underbelly
to know
of people
what really
that
is.
talk sport who hate me, you know, because you know what that floor's
Because
like.
my
I
little
walked in
girl,
every
I have
single
to
morning
know.
just
I
before
have to
5
be
o'clock,
now into this
and I
bloody
would say good morning to everybody. I
political
never got
world.
the sense that people didn't like me. I didn't get the sense that there was any
A lot
kind
of people are
you know,
looking at me. They all
all
my friends have gone away because I'm coming to being political.
you know, being happy to see me.
Because we talk
You know,
about
I mean, we
political
had a
world,
pretty
and all
good
don't want to
working
know.
relationship. I never encountered.
But this has been briefed from TalkSport. I mean, let me just read you
I don't know
the
about
Express's
TalkSport. I'm not really
report.
into that, but I mean,
They
yeah.
actually described it as a civil war, Mike, and this was a source.
They've got a
from
lot to do with
TalkSport
everything.
After that post had gone up, saying it's like
And that's
civil
why they
war has
cancelled
broken out on the
Mike.
shop
This is
floor.
why they've done
What
Mike,
the
because he's
public
not
don't
involved
understand
with
is that
them.
TalkSport and Talk
Thank
Radio are
you.
very different
Well,
channels
because
in
Mike's
the
not
same
a
building on
fucking
the same floor.
corrupted.
At Sport, we have people
Mike,
walking
you're not
cars with
corrupted
alongside
like
each
them.
other
That's why
peacefully.
they've
We're one
come
big
at
happy
you.
team, and the bosses
That's
at
why
News
they've
UK
come at
know
Mike,
that.
because you're not
But
like
at
them.
Talk Radio, their agenda and output
You might
is
be
highly
working for
charged to
talking
make
things, but
migrants
you're
and
not
minorities
them.
feel like the enemy.
I was going to say you're the enemy to them. I'm the enemy.
Has told them off before is a
We're
disgrace.
the enemy because we're talking. You're talking out. You're not corrupted like them. And I was going to say they're coming at you, Mike. They're coming at Mike just because he's not corrupted.
Supremacist organisation. I mean, I had a very mixed.
He's a normal person. He's not corrupted.
On air, there weren't.
I'm going to say
members of
a lot better than someone like me. He knows a lot.
But you know, we've got plenty of guests.
He's a very clever
We've got
man.
plenty of people working behind the scenes.
A very
who are not
clever,
whites,
decent
and they were
man.
all very happy to do so. It wasn't, you know,
Thank
it was
you.
not like that. And so I think there's somebody at Talk Sport there with an agenda, maybe, speaking for a very small number of people.
But as far as you were aware, you didn't have any personal
None at all.
beef with any of the
No.
people. Had they ever approached you?
Oh.
Not once. In fact, quite the opposite. I mean, I got on very well with all of them.
God
you know,
bless
there was,
him.
there was always, you know,
Because
because you'd see them
they're
by a
taking
coffee machine, or
fucking
you'd see
piss
them on
out
the way
of
out.
people, man.
Or, you know, sometimes even I'd be out for drinks, people would have leaving dues. You know, there was never
So
a
you
sense.
had no idea that this was going on?
Absolutely none.
Then, in terms of the actual logistics of the post, Mike,
And I think Danny doesn't know. I think he doesn't know that. I think he's the type of person where he
to
doesn't
respond
really.
because I think it's an important part of the story. So Henry Morris posted, "Impressive that the hacker used the picture you'll just posted."
But yeah, I
on
know
Twitter
you've got to
moments
ask all these
beforehand."
questions because
And
it's
someone
got to
called
come out
Matthew
as the
Leggett
chief of things.
said they
yeah.
must have also accessed your phone and iCloud
Yeah.
since the
I wouldn't be
two
so
images of
surprised.
Churchill
Don't
and
think
Big Ben
it's
are
not
different
can't
and
happen to me.
snap
My phone's been
seconds
hacked
apart. Do you
I've
know
been
what
hacked.
the answer is to
Well, I
that? Did
spoke
they
to
access
by
that?
PA
One of the things
services.
I'll describe later.
I've got my little
is
girl.
that one of the first things I did was I got
And they're
in touch
laughing
with
at
the
me, yeah.
cybersecurity-
No, tell me now. Tell me now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got in touch with
The
the
devils.
cybersecurity guy because I thought, well, if I've been hacked,
But-
I need to know what that means. You know,
Understand.
I need to know exactly what happens next and what I do. And we get to the
And they
picture
don't
of
want to
it.
help
He
you,
basically
mate,
said
because
to me,
they've
he said,
hacked
"You're a
your
very
Talk
high
TV.
risk individual." He said,
You're
"You've got a very
somebody
high
from
profile.
Talk TV, darling.
You've got a public
Maybe.
platform. You say controversial things.
Because they're the computer nerdies, darling.
Sort of internet access, your phones,
The
your
computer
iPads,
nerds.
all of your devices should have been protected.
And the ones that
to
are
the
hacking
max.
people,
And they were.
big
And they were
computer
not.
bastard nerds are hacking people,
and he
mate.
was astonished.
Think
He said, "I can't
about it,
believe
think
that,
about
you
it, Dan.
know, the
People
company
that
would
do
let you
computers
walk around with
know
phones.
numbers.
I
You've
didn't
got
have
to
any
crack
two-factor
codes and
authentication. I
numbers.
didn't even know about that.
You've got,
I didn't
they
know
know how to
how,
crack this
To
thing,
get
yeah?
I mean, he
I don't
before me
know.
brought in a sort of anti-malware.
I mean, I do, I've cracked some
piece
things
of
of some
software
things.
and
You've
put it
got
on everything I had.
You've got
So I
to,
can't
I was
believe
going to
I've
say,
got
yeah,
this.
God,
So
it's a
I've got
very
this.
long
I'm like,
process of cracking
well,
codes
I've
and
never
numbers
really
and
thought
things
about
like
it. You know,
this.
it's not something I.
It's
I'm
not something
technically
everybody can
particularly
do,
savvy
mate.
on.
I was
mean,
going to
just
say, it's
about,
not, he's not,
you
you're
know,
not
now that
technical
I'm
to
in
do
the
that,
Substack
mate.
world, I still
I-
can't even work
I'm
out
gonna
how to
say,
get
Dan,
onto my own Substack.
Dan,
and
it's
do
not
anything.
that-
Do you know what I mean? I'm like kind of like,
He's
you know,
just the man that's
an idiot when it
just
comes to that
doing
stuff.
the
I know how to
news,
tweet, I know how to put things on Facebook, but I didn't know about all this.
I'm
Did
showing
they
things.
say to you, "We think you've been hacked"? The cybersecurity expert.
Yes.
And then, how are you told, Mike? You're not going on air
Right.
tomorrow morning, and we want you to provide us with your phone. How were you told
That's
that?
So I
Fuck
was
that.
asked to go to a
Fuck
meeting
off.
on the Tuesday.
Sorry for swearing again.
With the head of HR.
No,
I'm not swearing it
No.
anyway, I'm just swearing at what I'm
I'm
just
sorry, yes.
saying
I guess,
that's
yeah, I
wrong.
guess, so I'd been told on the Monday, you know,
And they could all fuck off,
the words
basically.
were, we don't think it's a good
Do
idea to
one.
put you on the air tomorrow.
Oh,
It's just
2 1.
temporary.
Yeah, do 1021.
said,
Get on
fine,
the
okay,
bikes
I
and get
understand.
riding it,
And then I
mate.
was asked to go into a meeting
Exactly what I had to
Tuesday,
get on your bike, mate. Piss off.
at which
My
a whole
phone.
bunch of
You
things
won't get
happened,
me phone
which
because
again
I'd
I'll
smash
come
it to
into.
fucking smithereens.
And
I
I
would
was
burn
told,
the phone.
you're not suspended.
You won't get no
but
phone because I'd
we want
burn
you
it.
to take some leave, effectively.
Like they would
And
do.
I said,
Burn
well,
their
how long do you think?
evidence.
And they said about a week, something like that. And then,
I'd say there is
they
no
asked to look at
phone,
my
it's
phone,
fucking burnt.
which I let them do.
Go and
because
get it
the
out
other
the
part
fire,
about me
mate.
saying
Yeah,
that, it's wrong
bastards.
for them to say that I didn't cooperate with the investigation, because I did.
So you handed your phone over to the HR representative.
I let them look at it while we were sitting
Yes,
there.
you've let them look
They went
at
into
it.
my Facebook activity log, saw that there was nothing there.
No.
Looked at my picture log, saw that that picture from the tube train wasn't there. And that was the end of that.
So you didn't even take that picture on the tube?
No.
And you don't remember being in that carriage or anything?
I did take the tube that night. I take the tube home because it's the quickest way to get
but
home.
that particular picture, there's no evidence that you ever took that
No.
picture. It's not on your phone.
No.
It's not. Okay, fascinating.
No.
Fascinating.
Because again, I'll tell you what we later did. But so at that point, they said, we might want to look at your phone more forensically. And again, I didn't really understand what that meant.
You want to take your
And
phone
I
and
said,
ship your
"Was
phone
that me?"
apart and then fucking
And they
put
said,
the
well, we'd
picture
like
there,
to take
mate.
your phone and your iPad.
Yeah, they want to put the
overnight.
picture there
we'll
for you
give
so
you
then
another
you can blame it
phone,
on
so
you. They
you've
were
still
trying
got
to
a
set you up with your phone.
And I
Try
said,
and put
well,
the
why would you want to
picture
do that? And they said, well, because we need it to mirror it, to basically take a copy of everything that's on the phone, so that we can investigate further, so that we can prove.
They were
beyond
trying
a
to
shadow of a
put
doubt
that picture
that,
there, mate,
that
onto
what
your
you say happened
phone.
actually happened.
To
Well, I
say
said,
it
well,
was
why not do
you.
that?
And it
Because you
wasn't
might have
anybody
got
else on that
something
train. Who else was on that
And
fucking
so,
train?
I just said,
Who
look,
else
that's
was
not
on
very
that
comfortable
fucking
about that.
train?
Don't feel very
They
comfortable
better
about
go and
handing
get
my
that
phone to
camera.
you, because they also wanted to give it to their
Mate,
daughter.
you better
this
go
is
and
your
get the
personal
camera of
phone,
the
it's not
train
a
you
company
were
phone.
It's
on.
company phone, it's my personal phone, it's my
Because
personal
what?
iPad.
And you also use
Who
it
and
for
what were
your
going
journalism.
on that train?
I mean, I basically, when I looked back at what I had.
Well,
in-
what were
in
you
my
doing?
phone, I think I got my first iPhone in 2004. There are pictures on there from 2004, pictures of my kids, pictures of my dog, all sorts of stuff. There's all kinds of communications. I had 303,000 WhatsApp messages.
And that includes
Yeah, I've
my
had
belief,
that. I've
based
had
on
my
previous
iPhone
discussions
robbed
with you,
and
that
stuff, and then
includes
everything went.
journalistic source
Journalistic source
information.
protecting
And I
information,
keep
also
getting
people's phone
different
numbers,
pages
conversations
made
I've
up
had,
for me. It's
emails
not
that
even
have been sent
me.
between us,
I mean, because the reason I'm making that point, of course, is that some folks
Yeah.
may not realise, but obviously News UK
One of
has
my
a
exes
track
made my
record in the
Facebook
past of
page
having
up as well.
handed over
And they won't delete
confidential
it.
sourcing.
And I can't delete it because I didn't do it.
Yeah.
So was that part of your concern? But first, this episode of Outspoken is brought to you by Manscaped, the global leader in men's lifestyle and grooming. And I'm very excited
And what
to
were
say
they
that
doing?
it has finally arrived overseas. The Lawnmower 5.0
Who
Ultra in the
and
white
what were
hot
they doing? When you were on that train? There's somebody else on that train that same day. They're taking a picture, and they hacked into Bluetooth. Hacked into Bluetooth on the train. They're hacking to your Bluetooth, your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth on the train. Yes, they can. And they were trying to put that picture onto Mike's phone. That's why they wanted his phone. Because they knew the picture wasn't there because he didn't take it. But they were trying to put the picture there onto the memory. They said, oh, Mike deleted it. Yeah, set people up.
Well, 5.0 Ultra is built to handle your most...
Setting people up, the bastards. Got ya.
That's 15% off.
Setting people up, setting people up, setting people
Right,
up.
I've just shown it to you. I've just shown you
Yeah, setting people up, Mike.
went on because initially I was just a bit shocked.
Clever bastards,
I
eh?
was in shock anyway. I was kind of going, well, why would you want my phone overnight? I've just
Got
shown it
him.
to you. I've just
I've
shown
got
you
city
there's nothing on
cam.
there.
It was in
And
that
it
to
turns out,
Donald
again,
Trump.
because I spoke to
Or
my
BBC.
my internet
He's part of
expert,
it.
and he said, well, because they're probably looking to see if you deleted it. Because
Yeah,
if you deleted anything,
there you go.
it would show that you deleted it.
Ah, that's what I just said, to show if he deleted it. And then they would put the picture there. Yeah.
So then we had a conversation around, well, how can we make this work for everybody so that everybody's happy?
How can they make it work? And everybody's happy. They'll put the picture there and stitch you up and everybody will be happy. That you will leave and be fired.
Because I'd said, I don't really think I want to give you my phone unconditionally. You know,
Yeah.
there's not some other way we can do it.
Yeah.
And so then asked me to come back in for another meeting on the Wednesday. And this was this time with a member of the cyber security team who also went through my phone.
That's two people that's been through your phone. Why?
And then gave me some information about how I could protect myself.
Why?
And I was
Yeah,
kinda like,
and give you some
it's a bit
information
late,
about how you
isn't
can
it?
protect yourself.
But
It's
thank
too
you
late
very
now,
much
you
indeed.
bastard. You've already gone
So
through
that was
before.
Wednesday, and then by Thursday, they'd come up with another plan. which
They've
was to
set that
have me sign
up. That's a
document which
set up,
said,
bastard.
we'll take your phone
Bastards.
overnight and your iPad. We'll give
Oh,
you
I just think, yeah. I've just had a think, yeah. I just had to pause it there to let me cat in and things out. Well, my cats. Right, you see this hacking business. When I've lost my phones, I've had my phone stolen or whatever. When I've broke phones, I've got broken phones there that I've got things on them, but the screens are all broken. I've got one of my cousin's phones in there, it's all broken. You can't get it on or anything. But what is on that phone, and when you get a phone stolen, whatever, what is on the phone and what do they do with all this stuff what's on there? Because don't we believe that nothing can be ever really be deleted? Google, YouTube took my old channel off and told me I was copywriting. But then sent me a message saying I could have been hacked. Now, more like I was hacked, because I don't know what copywriting is. I'm not a YouTube channel, I'm not anybody, I'm just a fucking normal person. I just choose not to use Facebook anymore. Footbook. Shagbook, I don't use that bullshit anymore. Well, I'm not doing it about money or having a career, am I? You know, maybe it could be a career soon, you know, one day. I think I'm quite a good journalist, actually. I could do with a bit of teaching on how not to swear. I know how not to be fucking swearing. A little bit. Well, a lot of that. I could do with a lot of that teaching, actually. And how what to say, not what to say. I could do with a lot of that for myself. But at least I'm honest and I'm open about it. At least I'm not lying. At least I don't need to fucking lie about these bastards.
We'll mirror it, but we won't look at the bits we don't need to look at.
Yeah, that's what they've done.
Manscaped.com. That's 15% off with the code outspoken.
No.
Only there's nothing on them.
Outspoken at manscaped.com. But now, back to the show.
Well, I was at that particular moment it wasn't, but it became part of my concern as we went on because initially I was just a bit shocked that you know, I was in shock anyway.
Yeah.
You know, I was kind of going, why would you want my phone overnight? I've just shown it to you. I've just shown you there's nothing on there. And it turns out, again, because I spoke to my my internet expert, and he said, well, because they're probably looking to see if you deleted it, because if you deleted anything, it would show that you deleted it. And I went, okay. So then we had a conversation around, well, how can we make this work for everybody so that everybody's happy?
So they could say that you did delete it.
Because I'd said, I don't really think I want to give you my phone unconditionally. You know, there's not some other way we can do it. And so then asked me to come back in for another meeting on the Wednesday.
So
And this
who
the
was
kind of
on
the
that
member of the
train
cyber
taking
security
pictures
team,
that day?
who also went through my
Who
phone,
really was on that train
and
taking
didn't
their
find
pictures
it,
that day?
right? And
Hey?
he gave me some information about
Hey?
how I could protect myself. And I was kind of like,
Yeah.
it's a bit late really, isn't it?
Well, it's like to
but
me
thank
when
you
they
very much
said
indeed.
YouTube said
So
copyright
that
and
was
sent me a
Wednesday.
intro, you could have been
And then
hacked.
by Thursday,
Yeah. Hacked by
they'd come
who?
up with another plan, which was to have me
Hacked
sign a
by
document
who?
which
Because the only
said,
people I know that can
we'll
hack
take your
me
phone
in.
overnight and your
It's the
iPad.
fucking
We'll give you another
government,
phone.
which ain't the government, it's the
and
terrorists.
We'll mirror it, but we won't look at the bits we don't need to look at.
Yeah.
And I kind of went, okay, well, that's fine, but how do I know
What
that
you
I can take
doing?
your word for that? Because in the end, you'll have my entire phone.
You didn't
Yeah.
ask them.
Well, I thought it
No.
was a bit of a risk. Let's put it that way, you know? Because frankly,
What you doing on my phone?
I guess I was about to say between you and I, because this feels very cosy, but of course it's between you and I and a couple of
Hundreds of
million.
thousands of others.
It's okay, man.
Thank you for
Come on,
watching,
man.
by the
Mike.
way.
Mike,
I thought,
you know what?
at the very least,
I'm on
there
your
is
side
some
for this,
information
mate.
in my
I'm
phone
not, I
that
understand,
if
mate.
the
And this
company
is why
I
I'm
work
recording
for
this and going
saw
through this
what
like
it
a
was,
tooth comb,
and I'm
like with
talking about
yourself, because I
confidential
understand what you're
conversations
saying.
with people that they might not like very much.
And this is some sort of
they probably
fucking
find me
bug,
anyway.
mate. This is
That
bad.
was kind of in my head, you know?
Yeah.
And just also
And it's like it
on the
don't matter
whole
who we are, mate.
principle of
Don't matter who we are, you're doing it
overreach
to everyone.
and privacy, even if
Yeah.
you weren't talking about confidential sources, if you weren't talking about,
Yeah.
private pictures or
Your own
videos that
pictures.
you might have.
What
any
about
of
your
that
own
stuff.
children? Your
Or,
own private
my entire
life?
sort of, I don't know,
What about your own
internet
right
history,
to a
which I'm
private
sure they
life?
could probably get off it as well.
Yeah.
So I said, look,
What
if you
about
don't mind,
this
I still feel a bit uncomfortable. I think I might take some advice on this because you're saying that you're going to give it to lawyers, so maybe I should talk to a lawyer.
Doesn't count the opposite
And
way
so that's
round,
what I
does
did.
it? Rights to a
And they
private
said, hell
life.
no.
And they said,
Don't be so
Does it?
ridiculous, Mike Graham.
yeah, did not even think about it.
Only counts
They
the
said,
one
"There's
way
absolutely no-
round, doesn't
And it's
it?
heaviness
When it
in
comes to
laws.
the government,
There's no
the
reason
terrorists.
why
not
they should be
governments.
asking for it. You've
Yeah,
already
because
shown
the
them the phone.
terrorists.
And in fact, we sent.
They're not
eventually
working
when-
for
when
Talk
the first
TV,
lawyers
they're
sort of
working for
email went,
terrorists, mate.
It said, when you looked at Mike's phone in the office, that should have been the end of the matter, quite frankly.
I'm shocked in Jeremy
the problem
Kyle.
clearly
He
was that
can
they were
do
in a
one.
bad place because the people that had
I'm the other
complained,
man.
obviously,
He
have
was
a
his
lot of power
grumpy ball, yeah.
inside the organisation. I think this is part of the problem with
Yeah,
these huge
I think
media
that's
companies
okay.
now because they've got so many strands, they've got so many pieces
Like she's
to
fucking
the
Beth.
jigsaw. They've got the Wall Street Journal,
Which has
they've
got Brown there.
HarperCollins, they've got
Well,
Mind virus.
you see the fucking roots in her hair.
yes, exactly.
Don't dye your hair out, Alex.
I mean, for example, many people don't know this, but in years gone by, I mean, by the way,
Alex
during
Phillip.
lockdown, HarperCollins
Whatever her
staff
name is.
gone for about 18 months. You never saw them. I was going in every
I've
day.
got proper blonde hair.
Um,
She has
sometimes
that.
I was the only person in the office,
Yeah.
When they came
Fucking
back,
horrible.
they asked for my show not to be
She's
broadcast
not a very
in the
nice
lift
lady. Well, I thought
because
she
it was
was.
so upsetting. I mean, I'm not joking.
No, I mean, mate, no,
I mean,
I
this is
thought they
nothing
were.
against news, by the way. I'm just describing the
On
work.
Talk
This is
TV.
This is the culture.
This is the culture. By the way,
Now they're gonna
lots
go
of
down
people
in
are
the
asking if
fucking
we are
bin
live.
with
We are live.
BBC and
We are now.
ITV.
This is broadcasting live right now, and I think what's really
Welcome.
important is that
We could go in the
our
bin with
audience get to ask
ITV
some
and fucking
questions
that
to Joe.
BBC Talk TV
And on
now
that
for that.
note, Mike, Ken Reed asks,
And GB
why
News.
did you refuse to
There's only
cooperate with the
Patrick
full
left.
investigation?
Well, that's not an easy question to answer
Patrick
because one,
and
I
the
didn't refuse to
you were
cooperate,
the lady.
but I will tell you
I like
over
the
the
lady.
course
I
of the
like
next
the other
hour
ones on GB.
exactly where it all went. And I
They're
think
going a bit woke
as
now
soon
as
as
well, aren't they? They're going a bit like that.
enlisted the help of some lawyers,
A bit too like
I
ITV
think
and
they took a
BBC.
different view and decided that we were now kind of, their tone.
At war.
Yeah,
But I
mean,
do
their
like
tone
Patrick.
was always quite firm, but it sort of started to
On
become
TV.
slightly less friendly, shall we say?
He's the best one.
And they kept moving the goalposts as well.
Yeah.
So, we basically
Yeah.
tried to find a way that I would be happy with showing them stuff and that they would be happy with seeing stuff.
Yeah.
This has been a bit of a briefing war too,
Yeah.
because it's only fair that you were able to respond to what News UK briefed about you, again to the Daily Express,
Yeah.
which they headlined the bombshell real reason Mike Graham was axed from Talk TV. And this was a source at News UK telling the Daily Express Mike Graham had to go. He claimed that his phone had been hacked, but everyone was skeptical of that explanation. He claimed that someone had hacked his Facebook account, but also hacked his iCloud.
Well, they hacked
and
my
posted it into a
YouTube
statement.
account.
News UK
And they
bosses
hacked
gave
my
him the
Facebook
benefit of the
account,
doubt and
police
told
or
him that
whoever
they would
they
allow
are,
Michael's
terrorist
legal representative to
organisation.
stand in a room with
Grooming
two forensic
gangs.
phone experts who would be able to go through his phone and figure out
Pedo
who actually
services.
hacked, who hacked the phone, and what else they accessed. While Mike initially agreed to submitting his phone, he didn't turn up on the agreed date and time. So News UK gave him another date, and again Mike did not turn up. This happened 4 times. 4 times he refused to hand over his
No,
phone.
it didn't.
So
The
News UK
liars
took the
are
decision
lying
to
anywhere
end
with
their
that.
working relationship
Liars.
with him. Is that true?
Well, do you know what's interesting about that?
Lying out the moment.
It's
Bit
partially true, but sort of slight misrepresentation of what happened. But how would they know how many meetings there were? You know, these
Yeah.
are conversations
How
that were
would
only
they
going
know
on
all
between
that?
my lawyers, their lawyers.
Because they were talking
Well, I would
to
say
each
this
other
was
like
pretty
my
brief.
lawyer
I
and
know
their
this
lawyer
was
with my
pretty
little
brief
girl
from
mate.
the
They
top.
were all in
And
it
then
together
you
of
can-
taking
they
my
wanted
little
their
girl
side
away
out.
from a
Right.
fucking
Which
mother.
is pretty
The lawyer I
unfortunate,
had
because I
was
think that
fucking
was probably rather
woodcock
unfair,
speaking
because,
to fucking
again,
Butcher
to go through the whole
Barlows.
kind of
They
process.
speak
So
together
the
because they're
following-
all
so
on
we're now
dinner
following
together,
Monday,
mate.
which would be the
They're all in
27th,
this
I guess.
So you've been off there
together.
for 4 days at this
So
point.
I've now been off
Yeah,
there for
the
4
lawyers,
days.
the
People are
fucking
starting
all
to
of them. You
They're
don't
not
have a
getting
lawyer,
paid, by the
mate.
way, right?
Do not ever
But
get a
they
lawyer.
stopped your
Represent
contract.
Well,
yourself.
I only get paid per show.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
but
when
do
I'm not
not
working, I don't
ever
get
pay
paid,
for a lawyer ever
So,
again. Represent
I'm
yourself
starting
in
to
court.
wonder where this
Fuck
is
the
going.
liar. Fuck off. I'm not paying
they
you.
said-
I'll come
so
to
when
court.
someone went back to them and
How
said,
the
"Look, we're not
fuck's
comfortable
that Judge
handing the phone over to
Diesel?
News UK lawyers,"
The judge fucking
Right.
judging.
because that was the law firm they wanted to give
Because
it to.
I'm on my own.
We said,
And who are they
could we not agree
judging?
on a sort of mutually
Because I don't need a
independent
fucking
person
lawyer.
who could look at the phone.
I'm
Would that
coming
be
here
possible?
speaking to
And I said
you
it too,
face
so they
to
agreed that
fucking
would be possible.
face.
So my side gave them 5
They can look in my eyes.
companies that
These
they could use,
fucking
and they
judges
rejected
from
all,
now
all
on.
of them. All of them.
All of them, yeah,
Yeah.
mate.
And we're going, and my lawyers, who are very good, were saying,
No,
this is,
mate, they're
this
not.
is outrageous. You know, how
No,
can they
they're
reject
not. They're
all
just
5
saying
of
what you want to hear, darling.
them
That's what they said
and
to
instead
me.
they came up with yet another
Yeah.
one that they wanted to appoint, who my cyber guy said, we've never heard of this guy. We don't know who he is. And we're not sure what qualification he has. And in fact, my lawyers at one point said, you know, the fact that he's possibly unqualified to look at this.
So you didn't trust the process?
But by this time, we were asking questions about the process, right? And so again, they said, we're going to need your iPad, and we're going to need your phone, and we're going to need it for approximately 9 hours. And there
What,
was no
you want your
suggestion
iPad
that I would
for?
be able to stand there and watch them.
You're
know,
going to take it. You're
because
going
that
to
would
take
be
a
a much
picture. You're going to
shorter
take it off
process,
your
because I
phone, not
later
your
learned
iPad.
that in order to do this,
He's on your
mirroring thing,
Google
you
account.
need
Doesn't matter what do they
software,
need your
it takes a little
iPad
while to
for. It's on
download
your
the whole
Google account.
to basically
Google
go through every single thing
Photos.
that's
It's
And so there was no
connected to
question
your
of just simply
phone.
standing around watching it for 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, well,
So
sometimes,
you
sometimes it is.
Well, until I was happy that they were only looking at certain things, and so I then decided maybe the
You've
best
got a
thing to
memory
do
card in there, you can
is
get
for
it.
me to order a forensic investigation with an independent firm and see what they find, right? And so we went ahead with that. It took a couple of days, and then we told them that we'd done that, and we said, you know, would you be interested in having us send you the report that we have gleaned, which I've paid for, through a company that I had no connection with whatsoever, you know, completely independent, very well respected. And they kind of said, well,
No.
you know,
No,
we're
they didn't want that.
interested in any kind of
No, because they were stitching you up, mate. They wanted to
information
plaster
you
that
may wish to add,
photo on your
we still on
phone.
your phone. You know, it kept
Yeah,
going
that's
back to,
what
we
they
still
want
want
to
your
do.
phone.
They want to put it
And yes,
there.
they did. Then every time we go into a weekend, and because sometimes there'd be.
But who really took that picture on that train?
Drama of it, because
That day when you
know,
were on
I'd
that
be sitting there
train,
going to my
think
lawyers,
about
what's,
it, mate. Think about
you know,
this.
why
Who
don't
was
I
on that
answer? What
train?
do they do?
Stalemate.
It
Look
had become
about
very
who
much a
could
lawyer's
have been on
talking
that
to lawyers.
train.
You know what that could be like. You
Someone
know,
on
they've got
that
this kind of,
train
you know,
took a
big
secret
swinging
photo.
big
At
cars
this
going.
point, had you sort of accepted I'm probably not going back?
Not quite.
A
Because I
person
wasn't
on that
absolutely
train
sure.
took a secret
It was very
photo.
clear that they were
Maybe where you were sat, could be where you were
because
sat.
obviously there were people in the building who didn't want you to go.
Could be following. You could have been
Whereas
following,
there were
mate.
also people in the building who
Could have
did.
been following you
for
to
all
a
sorts of
picture
reasons,
there.
you know, and maybe not this one.
And basically, maybe that
so
was
sort
just
of-
to highlight to
It's
do a
ceased
story
becoming about the post in the end, and it more became about how we're
of
getting
hacking
out
and digital. This will be for
with any kind
digital
of
ID,
credibility at
mate.
all. And
This is
it
for
started to
digital
occur
ID,
to
Mike.
me
This is for this is for
that they
digital
can't get
ID,
out
Dan Woods, mate.
without getting rid of me. Because if
Yeah,
they bring me
can't
back,
get rid of you.
you know what's going to happen.
They'll
gonna be
probably
watching
try
you
to
like
set
a
you up
hawk.
to,
They
yeah,
might
watching
say,
like a
You
hawk.
can't be quite as outrageous as you used to be. You might have to clip your wings a little bit. We might make sure that you don't go banging on about it, migrants all the time, you know, because we were doing migrants before anybody, you know, as it
Yeah.
were. We were talking about how ridiculous it
Yeah,
was before
we're
anybody.
talking about the
And
illegal
you know,
immigrants,
when
and
you
they
went to
set
GB
the illegal
News,
immigrants take
obviously
pictures
GB
on that
News,
train.
you know, picked up that, you know,
Royal
our
illegal
gap
immigrant
model.
were taking
Talk
pictures
right
on
through
that
2020
train
we were doing it
secretly.
first without any.
Yeah, and
Secret
you know, suddenly
illegal
there was
immigrant,
GB News
illegal
as well,
alien taking pictures
which
on
we
the
actually
train.
welcomed, even though some of us weren't that happy
Got
that
you
some people
bastards.
went.
Talk,
I mean, we
talk.
understood.
TV, I
obviously,
bet they
you
don't
I mean,
even know
nobody's
that.
happy that you went.
They don't
Well,
even
you're
know
the
that.
star, so you know. But there were some other people who
They
went
don't even
that
know
we
that.
weren't quite so happy about.
No
Anyway,
one knows that,
I
apart
yeah,
from
I
me.
keep saying we, don't I?
Because I'm going to
You
say,
do.
no one knows
It
that
is
apart
just-
from
I
me,
found that for a long
myself,
time.
and fucking
Well, I was talking to a
Irene.
producer earlier, and I said, oh, because they were asking about how it
Because
worked
I'm the only
in
one that
terms of
said
just the
that.
studio
That's
stuff and
why.
everything. And I went, well, you know, we didn't, you know.
Nobody else is
stop
saying that
we.
because nobody
It's
else
sad,
knows
it's
that.
sad. Look, I think
How
one of
do
the
I
reasons
know
why
that?
people are so genuinely upset, and you know
Because I've put
what
the
the
pieces
reaction
together
this
in a
has had is
fucking
because
puzzle
I
like
always
I've
say
done
to people,
before.
look, if you'd cut Mike Graham open, he would have bled
Yeah.
Talk TV.
Yeah.
And it was a bit of the same with me
Yeah.
at GB News. You know, you would have cut me open, I would have bled GB News. We were very passionate. We were a big part of those companies
Yes.
becoming what they were. And so you like to think that you're going to get some sort of loyalty
Yeah.
back. But of course, that isn't how the corporate media works.
It doesn't.
You've realised that.
Of
the hard
course.
way.
Yeah, I have. Absolutely.
And so things break down, and you end up getting a phone call from a senior executive at News UK.
Yeah.
And by this point, the news is not good.
Well, actually,
Dan
we sort
knows.
of had to
This is
prompt
why
them
he's
into
doing
it,
the
though,
way they're
because
doing it,
in the
because he
sort of
knows
some
he's
weeks,
got
I guess
that
week
up the
3
side.
we're in now.
Not
You were
the
like,
same
what to do it.
thing.
Well, I was at the point where
But
I
the
was
same
saying to
sort
my
of
lawyers,
bullshit.
what's going on here?
I was going to say, same
surely
sort
they
of
must have
bullshit, Dan,
decided
the
what they
same
want
sort
to
of
do.
shit.
Surely they must know. If they don't
Saying
believe
you've done
me,
that, you've done that.
which is
Like
going to be a
that.
shame, because I would have hoped that there was some level of trust.
Yeah,
you know?
but none. They don't
Then
care,
they need
mate.
to say so. So what
They're
happened
a
was, I think we
company
had sent
that
them
don't want you there.
an email on the Thursday of week 3.
Because you're not corrupted enough to be like them.
Again, still
They've
trying
been
to.
taken over
we've
once
sent them
again.
the,
They've been taken
the
over
report
by the
from
terrorist
forensics by them,
organisation.
which, by the way,
Called
found no
the
evidence
government.
of the post at all.
Labour.
And which also found no evidence of the picture ever being in my
No.
cache.
So
Well,
this
that's
is
what they
your own
wanted to do.
independent report,
Yeah.
but it wasn't commissioned. Well, it was commissioned by you.
There,
but it
he was
wasn't
on that
conducted by
train
anybody
there.
connected
One of
to
them
it,
there,
an
Matt,
independent
took that
investigation.
picture and it wasn't
investigation.
mine.
I mean, I can't remember the name of the firm, but I've
So
got
it
it.
didn't say that you'd been hacked, but
Who
it said
took
there's
that
no evidence
picture
that the
really
post
on
had
that
been
train?
made, and there's
Who
no
really
evidence
took that
of the
picture there
being
then?
on your phone, the picture from the tube.
Yes.
Yeah, I was
And-
gonna say,
and
who
there's an
really
email
took the
that they
picture,
deleted
right?
either. Right, i.e. that, you know, I didn't have
That's important.
so
Who
they were
really
never
took
there.
that fucking picture?
So you hoped that might change News UK's mind, but it didn't.
Well, I thought it gave them an opportunity because, in my view, I was kind of trying to see whether I could help them out by giving them a reason. Because they could have said at that point, look, we've seen this independent report, we're satisfied that, you know, Mike certainly didn't do it, and so we're going to reinstate
Yeah.
him. And most of our emails at that
Yeah.
point were
You
saying
had
to
a
them,
chance to do it.
when are you going to reinstate Mike? Because, you know, it
Yeah.
seems as though you don't have any evidence that he
Did
did
that.
it.
So when did you find out that wasn't going to
Where?
happen?
Well, so we get to Thursday, and I
Yeah,
think,
what are you doing?
again, having waited a couple of days to hear nothing at all,
Where you go?
my lawyer sent them an email saying, look,
With pussycat.
we need to know why you're not reinstating Mike. Have you got a reason? Because it's now week 3.
Aw.
He's losing a significant amount of money.
Yeah.
He's under enormous stress. You know, independently, bizarrely.
Reputation being
My
destroyed.
reputation's under threat. Independently, by the way, I was also, because I have a cardiologist who looks after
God
me,
bless.
even though people always tell me that you have that heart attack waiting to happen, I'm actually quite healthy. So I had, in the middle of all of this, I had to go in and give some blood so they could test it, right?
Yeah.
And then I had to go and see the cardiologist. And I actually had to take a call from my lawyer in the cardiologist, and I was going, a bit stressed out, and he was cool. And he said, well, actually, your blood's fine, you've got absolutely no problems, your heart's fine, blood pressure might be a bit high, but there's a reason for that. And I said at one point in initial conversations with them that I was, in the care of a cardiologist. And at one point, one of the emails said, we've got no intention of causing you any stress. I was like, really? Okay then. So we basically sent them a note on the Thursday to say, look, can you please give us an explanation as to why this has taken so long and why you're not reinstating Mike? And if you're not, could you tell us why?
And he's
Friday
been
came
working
and
all his fucking
Nothing.
life, and this is what they do
I
to
had the
people.
worst weekend, I think, of my life.
Sorry, mate.
I was down in Sussex with my family.
So annoying.
And I was just bereft. I was just like, what's going on? And, I can't afford not to work. I mean, they were paying me very well. And as I say, I wasn't expecting to be off for that long length of time. And people were saying to me, you've never been off this long from talk in your life. Because I used to kind of bulk at going on holiday for 10 days. I used to have my family be like, can we not go for 2 weeks? I'm like, no. I need to be back on the air, right?
You loved what you
I
did.
loved what I did. And let's face it, it's not,
You don't go
cracking
out.
rocks in the hot sun, I mean, it's actually very enjoyable and, it's not easy to do, but, you and I...
You loved your audience.
Yeah, and I felt a duty to them, actually, because one of the things that's really cheered me during this whole episode has been the people who remember what I did during lockdown, who remember how I got them through, who say, if it hadn't been for you, Mike, I think I'd have
got
gone
through
mad.
it.
Start with you. And
I was on Mike's channel all the time through
like
that.
Which obviously we'll come to. So that weekend passes and then
That's
you get the
where
phone
I
call.
started with Mike.
No, so Monday comes and
got
goes.
you
Nothing.
now.
Right?
It's through
Tuesday
lockdown.
comes and goes. We
A
get
bit.
to
I
4
think a
o'clock
bit
Tuesday,
before that,
still nothing.
actually.
Right?
Yeah,
From
because I've seen you on sports.
Not an answer, and I'm thinking, they're just going to stall me out until I have to resign or
sports
something
thing,
like
but
that.
I don't really
And
watch
that was
sports,
suggested to me
so
by some couple of people.
not really into all that woke
so
fucking football
my lawyer
bullshit.
rang me and he said,
Fuck
I
that.
think I'm just
I'm
going to
kicking
ring
him
them
in the
up.
head with a fucking
He said, does Evan get fed up? He's like, I'm fed up with this. I'm just going to call them. And I'm going to ask them what's going on. And so as a result of that call,
because they're all
he was
pedos
then
in
told
there
we're going
anyway.
to decide in the next 24 hours. So the Tuesday was kind of like an interesting night because at that point I thought, well maybe they haven't decided yet then. So maybe it was like a sort of the cruelest twist of all really because it sort of gave me a thought that, well maybe there is a way back.
Oh, I've been there.
Nope.
And I'm thinking, but then you start doing all this other sort of mental gymnastics where you're going, well, do I really want to go back now?
No.
And what would it be like? And now that I've read this stuff in the Express about how they all hate me at Talk Sport, and I have to go through Virgin now, who are also on the same floor, who also love me. Chris Evans had become a good friend, and he's been terrific to me. And I remember he came up to me once when I used to do the mid-morning show, and I'd never really spoken to him. And he went, "You're really good at this, aren't you?" And I said, "What?" He went, "Radio." And I was going, "You're Chris Evans. What do you mean I'm good at it?" I said, "You're pretty good at it too." But he was always really supportive, So then I got the call around about 11 o'clock on Wednesday. Saying, we've decided we're not having you back. And by the way, funnily enough, I know that you keep saying I've been sacked, and you would assume that's correct. My lawyers say I haven't been sacked. They say that I've not been brought back, which is slightly different. I mean, I don't really care, but technically speaking...
Because you were not on a staff contract.
Well, no, I wasn't on a staff contract. I was on a contract of service,
Yeah. Which they can end.
Which had already ended, funnily enough, because one of the things that they're not great at is renewing contracts. They always get about to do it, and it's sort of, they were talking about doing it, but it hadn't actually happened.
So it meant you can leave without them even paying
I
you.
think that's what they've done it for. They want to get rid of you, mate. They wasn't renewing your contract.
As long as you keep working and
So
they
they
keep
just
paying.
wanted to get rid of you.
Thank you so much for watching Dan Wootton Outspoken. Please click on my face, just to the bottom left,
There's
to
the
subscribe to
reason.
this
They wanted to
brand
get rid of
new
you in the
interview
first
source,
place.
and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to our brand new live shows, uncancelled interviews, and special
But they thought they'd bring the
episodes.
story to the
Outspoken
story.
is also now available as a podcast, so you can listen to the show every weekday
Because they
on the
can
go,
sell it, can't
wherever
they?
you are.
Whoever took the place of Mike can now sell that story. So they were trying to plant the story to make it better. And I don't like you, you bitch. Piss off. Not you. Are you anymore? Or any of them, really.
Good evening, I hope everyone's well today. Thank you for watching. It is appreciated as always. If you find value in this video, consider liking and subscribing. It does help the channel out a lot. We've had a bit of an update regarding the by-election that we had in Runcorn and Helsby earlier this year. Many of you may know that there was a legal challenge brought to law by the Constitution Party.
Different side.
We've had an update today, so I'm going to
I don't know, just for partying, I
image
quite like you.
Reform UK by-election with legal challenge, as legal challenge rejected. And this is misleading because the by-election result wasn't a challenge against Reform UK. It was actually against irregularities in the process. We'll get to that in a moment or two. Sarah Poynton, my MP, she did put out a tweet on X earlier on today regarding this, actually calling out the BBC's misleading headline, so we'll get to that first of all. You would have thought that with $1 billion legal threats from the President of the United States, Donald Trump, the BBC may be a bit more careful. This is a completely misleading headline. There was no legal challenge to me, my campaign, or that of Reform UK. The case brought by the English Constitution Party tested whether Halton Borough Council, Cheshire Police and the Royal Mail had fulfilled their statutory electoral duties properly. This is simply not good enough, BBC. That's what Sarah's got to say about it.
Well, regarding
the by-election itself,
completely on the side and not completely on the side.
Reform UK pipped it with 6
still on their side,
and at the very bottom
but I'm not
was
completely on all of the side, mate.
Of the English Constitution Party. I didn't vote for them, but I am a fan of fairness and I am a fan of giving everybody in the country a fair shake. Whether you're a huge political party like the Tories or Labour, a new political party like Reform UK, or a smaller political movement or party that's not got a lot of traction like the English Constitution Party. Whether I agree with them politically or not is besides the point. Alright? It's giving them a first shot and a first shake. Just to give you a bit more clear information regarding the results, as you see, the English Constitution Party is at the bottom with 50 votes. There has been irregularities with the English Constitution Party, the way that their votes are tallied. On several elections, they have only got 50 results. I find that odd personally, and I find that peculiar, and it does beg further questions, which is why this legal case and challenge came in. And we've had some information, as I say, that's actually been put out in the media, and I want to go through that as well. Let's start the article here. A legal challenge to the results of a by-election won by Reform UK earlier this year in Cheshire has been dismissed by judges. The parliamentary election petition was brought by the English Constitution Party's Graham Moore, who received the fewest votes of the 15 candidates who stood in Runcorn and Helsby. May's by-election, called after ex-Labour MP Mike Ames, who stood down following his conviction for assaulting a constituent, was won by Sarah Poynton with 12,645 votes, just 6 more than Labour. I've got a feeling it would have been more if another recount had been completed. That's just my view. After his legal challenge was dismissed, Moore was ordered to pay the 2 respondents' costs. Ms. Poynton was acting, and the acting returning officer Stephen Young. And then we get into this here, the next part of the article. Mr. Moore's request to have the result declared void for an independent account to take place was initially made against Cheshire Police and Royal Mail. Both cases were dismissed earlier this year, but senior judges ruled that the trial of the petition could still go ahead, with Ms. Poynton and Mr. Young named as respondents. After the 3-day election court hearing in Chester, Mr. Justice Spencer and Mr. Justice Bryan heard Mr. Moore speak about the statistical impossibility of receiving 50 votes, which he said exactly the same number he received when he stood in a 2016 Tooting by-election. Mr. Moore, who represented himself, told the court, "I was the only one who had exactly 50 votes, and exactly 50 votes in 2016. Both of these counts were run in effect by Labour people in high Labour areas.
Yeah,
Labour fucking... He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Corrupted it. Labour's corrupted it already.
I would call this as highly suspicious, and I completely agree with what he's saying here. and I don't vote for him, but I am a fan of fairness. So we'll continue. He claimed he saw an estimated 116 votes cast for him in the Runcorn House B count, and suggested alleged fraud could have been carried out by Labour despite the party's defeat. But the judges who viewed the video footage of the court had heard from Deputy Return Officer Penny Housley, who ruled Mr. Moore had been mistaken in his belief. Mr. Moore also claimed that a full recount had not been held when it was revealed how close the by-election had been. Rather, he suggested bundles of votes were recounted instead of the entire votes. After rejecting this claim, judges found that a full recount had taken place. They additionally ruled they were satisfied that there had been no act or omission by the returning officer or any other person in breach of their official duties. I would argue, and I can say this, as I say, if the case has been dismissed or whatnot, but I can say this now. If we were doing a recount, would it be a recount for all of the votes?
Yeah,
or would it be for the ones in contention? As we look at the actual votes here, if we look at the votes, I don't know where is it now for this one, I think, yeah.
They're shredded over them, mate.
Hang on, one underneath. Look at the votes here, we're just going to recount the two that are in contention at the top, and we're going to vote every single one, or we're going to go through every single one, yes again, that's the question. Now going more, if I still understand his position, he's not contesting reform wrong. It's contesting
the only time you shake
the validity and the transparency of the election.
When you've won the
and
election.
I agree,
When you're
even if it was close,
when he,
even
when
if
95 became the Prime Minister,
reform still would have won, I'd
then
argue by
he
law
has
votes,
to shake
a full
Keir
recount
Starmer's
shall
hand.
occur, and that's the
And that's
principle of
not to
fairness.
be friends, that
And
is
then we'll go
not
into
to
what
be like,
Brownley says here.